HarperCollins presents Always the Bridesmaid by Portia MacIntosh, read by Karen Cass. Chapter 1. They say there is no such thing as bad sex. They lie. After a couple of weeks of seriously steamy flirting with Zach Carson, I just knew that there would be fireworks when we finally got around to getting it on. But it's an uncomfortably hot Los Angeles night, and, despite Zach's best efforts, the fireworks just aren't going off. Not even a sparkler. Not even a birthday cake candle. I'm too warm, I'm bored, and my neck is starting to ache thanks to the overly ambitious position of Zach's choosing. Did it occur to me that it might not be such a good idea to sleep with my boss's assistant? Of course it did. But one look into his sexy brown eyes, combined with his jet black crew cut and his chiseled, model-like good looks, and I was never going to be able to resist. And that's before I realised he has a motorbike. Bikers are hot, especially tall, dark and handsome ones who are covered in tattoos like Zach is. Still, I've got nothing going on down there. I'm not sure how long we've been at it, but I'm ready for it to end. I scoop together my long honey-blonde coloured curls and twist them into a bun on top of my head. This does little to cool me down, but I know that as soon as I break out my GCSE drama skills, I just about scraped a C grade, I can pull a Meg Ryan and put an end to this.
That was awesome,
Zach says afterwards in his strong Californian accent, one that never fails to fascinate me no matter how many years I've been here. I moved here when I was 25, and in the 4 years I've been living and working here, I haven't lost my Kentish accent, not even a little. Everyone teases me for it. You wouldn't believe how many Mary Poppins jokes I have to endure on a daily basis. Despite being born and raised in Canterbury, my American friends can't distinguish between my accent and Dick Van Dyke's attempt at sounding Cockney, and so the soundtrack to my life here will forever be Chim Chim Cheree. I watch as Zach makes himself more comfortable on the sofa. As I anxiously nibble my middle fingernail, I wonder how quickly I'm going to be able to get him to leave.
Could you fix me a drink?
He asks, flashing me a big toothy grin.
Whatever you've got.
Sure, I reply reluctantly. Back in a sec. As I walk towards the sink, I hear Zach call after me.
This is a nice place you got here.
Thanks, I reply. I'm not surprised he likes it. It was designed with someone like Zach in mind. The interior of my Beverly Hills apartment is everything you'd expect of a lad pad. It is ultra-modern, with clean white walls and huge floor-to-ceiling windows to make the most of the stunning view. Perfect for the king of the castle. With its white walls, glass surfaces, and the pretty LED lighting that runs around the room, the open-plan living area has the vibes of a fancy hotel lobby. I can change the colour theme depending on my mood, but unless I set the glow to pink, as I most often do, you could easily think this was still a bachelor pad. The place came furnished because the bachelor it belonged to met a girl, fell in love, and decided he wanted to play house. Sucks for him, great news for me. But the furnishings suit me just fine. The custom-made white leather sofa is a delight to sit on. It feels like Matthew McConaughey is hugging your bum. The kitchen has all the bells and whistles you could even begin to imagine, plus some I still haven't figured out, and the bathroom could rival certain spas we have back home. You can tell the place used to belong to a movie star because when I moved in, there was a huge wall-mounted TV, which I have recently upgraded to an even bigger one, and I loved the way he had framed posters from his movies all over the walls, so much so that I did the same. I realise how vain that sounds, but it's not as bad in my case because my face isn't on the posters. I don't star in movies. I write them. Romantic comedies, to be precise. I'm part of a small writing group called Pink Ink, and we've been responsible for all of the big hits in our genre over the past 4 years. I made a name for myself back in England when I was in my early 20s, writing for a girly TV drama called Love Online. The show was about a group of young women who decided to try and find love by meeting boys on the net. This was around the time social networks were becoming a...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?